Hey everybody, and welcome back to the vlog. Hey guys, coming to you from Alaska. Look at those mountains. Not really, but it might as well be because I'm so cold. I can't take this cold stuff. Anyway, so today's video is going to be really cool. It's a video where I go to the next level with Roy and Joey. Now from now on, I'm just going to call Roy, because as all you guys are probably laughing, I call him Roy DeMeo, and I got a couple of comments about it. I know a guy by the name of DeMeo. He was a car thief from New Jersey at a body shop, but we'll get to that guy later. So DeMeo, potatoes, I don't know. So I'm just going to call him Roy. And I know you guys were laughing at me too. Hey, DeMeo, who the fucking... Anyway, so in this video, I'm going to be going to the next level where Roy and Joey Bikini finally confided in me because I made Roy look like what he was. Didn't know what he was talking about. But before we get into the video, I want to do a little commercial here. Today we're in the Christmas season, and what a better gift to buy than me. Cop Without a Badge hardcover. We got Cop Without a Badge soft cover. And what a great Christmas present that would make. And it will better let you guys understand who I am. It really does. I mean, these books are really pretty exciting, if I do say so myself. How exciting, you ask? So exciting that I was on the cover of the March 1996 Penthouse magazine. That's right. And when I say on the cover, not in drag. If I looked that good, and I wouldn't need to go. But anyway, so this story was taken from my book, and Penthouse did like a 10-page spread. And it was entitled, Deadly Mission, Seduce a Mob Killer's Wife? What? 21 years old I was. It was pretty good looking back then, if I do say so myself. But how do I do that? Well, it's all here in the Penthouse magazine. So let me explain to you how it got in Penthouse magazine. The editor of this magazine was a guy by the name of Bob Gucciani, and he was the editor, and he and Hugh Hefner, Playboy, actually had a bidding war to take excerpts of this book when it first came out, the hardcover, to do a story. It's called First Serial. And in it, they even, so freaking cold, I can't even feel my, I don't want to get to any picture. In it anyway, they painted. I'm to your left. That's the Mafia hitman, and we're going to digitally, so you don't know who it is. That's why it's like that. And of course, there's the Mafia hitman's wife. Wow. Can you imagine law enforcement telling me to do that? It was like my second case, and I did it. I was successful. And the Mafia hitman, well, he had 2 homicides in Queens. He had 1 in Manhattan, and they were high-profile ones as well. So anyway, that's just going to give you guys an idea of how exciting this book is. It really is. And my channel has been out for 1.5 years, and I didn't want to go with the book routine, but I'm thinking that a lot of my stories are so far out there that a lot of people may have a hard time believing it and think I'm full of crap. But you know what? Now I'm going to pull out the big guns. I'm just going to pull out the big guns. My book, both of them, hardcover is $25. The other one over here is, I think, $13. It's even on Kindle for $13.99. Who people don't want to read the book. So anyway, I just thought you guys would find that interesting. So now let's get on with the show. Fuck, it's cold. Freaking, my hair frozen. Anyway, so as we last left off, I educated Roy and Joey by that terrible tag job that they did. And now both of them are taking me serious because they know I knew more than Roy. And if you guys, for those that haven't seen the last video, Roy DeMeo does a tag job with Joey. They're both in partners with each other. And I come over and I showed them, hey, that ain't right. You're going to get caught. And it was a big to-do. So now for the first time, I'm actually taken serious. And for the first time, they're bringing me in to their criminal enterprise. At least the criminal enterprise that had to do with stolen cars. And they, they were all into every kind of crime you could think of. So after I tell them, hey, that's not going to fly, and all these cars are going to one day kick back to you, Roy says, I got 12 of them out there. Joey was standing on one side of the car and Roy was on the other. And when I started saying, that's going to kick back to you, when those cars ever get recovered, they're going to kick back. Joey and Roy look at each other. Joey did a spin. It's hard to explain. I'm not going to get up. He just went a whole complete turn and went like this. And he said, what the fuck? What did you get me into? Now, Roy had 12 tag jobs out there. Some of them were his own relatives, and 3 of them were organized crime members. Whoa. One of the 3, Joey was involved with. So I'm telling these guys, you got to steal these cars back. You got to take the license plates off. You got to take the VIN number off. You got to scrape the registration off the windshield, and then just leave it, and it will get recovered by the police and go back to its legitimate owner. That's all you got to do. So now Joey goes, oh shit, 3 of these cars were sold to connected guys. One of the 3 was, God knows who he was, but Joey says, we got to get these cars back. We got to get the cars back. So right away, we go into the office now, and now we're having a sit down. Now I'm like really involved here now because they want me to steal the 3 cars of the Mafia guys. And all 3 of them lived in Brooklyn. And Roy was afraid to use his guy, Chris, because everybody knew him. If he ever got caught, there would be dead bodies all over the place. So they asked me to do it. Well, nobody knows this kid in Brooklyn. Well, you just go get it. So I go, okay, no problem. You got so all of these cars were in like a couple of blocks where Roy DeMeo lived in Brooklyn. I mean, they were all, well, he says, every time I get in the car, I see 1, I see 2, I see 3, they're all, I got them all over the place. I said, well, you got to get your boy to get them and do what I told you. So that's what he did. But the 3 mob guys, they were afraid to steal their cars. So what did they do? They wanted me to do it, and I did it. At least I got 2 out of 3. I keep dropping my thing. I got 2 out of 3. I got 2 Lincolns, and it was a 1972 Corvette. The Corvette was the problem. The Corvette was owned, the Mafia guy, I didn't even know what Mafia guy it was, but it was a big boss. I could tell by the way Joey was shitting in his pants. I never saw Joey look like that before. And Roy was just had that dumb look on his face, like, what? So, anyway, so the Corvette belonged to the Mafia guy's son, 22 years old. He used to race it in Fountain Avenue and Conduit in Brooklyn and Laurel Hill Boulevard and Connecting Highway. So, but the car was in the garage, and the kid never left the car. So I went to Brooklyn I guess about 10 times. I followed him a couple of times. I couldn't get the car. So I don't know what Joey did, but I thought you guys would find that to be a very interesting story. So now I am actually, instead of being on the outside looking in, now I am Joey and Roy's technical consultant. And we're going to get into that a little further on the next video. And it's too cold for me. Look at that mountain. Look at it. It's frozen. They're probably skiing over there. Anyway, get a copy of the book, this one or that one, and you're going to find out who the Mafia hitmans. Let me tell you something else. Give you another little clue. Not only did I successfully romance the jail Mafia hitman's wife, I did such a good job, I wound up marrying her. I stayed married to her for 13 years, and I raised the Mafia hitman's son as though he was my own. See you guys on the next one.